Hello guys, welcome to IT Cyber Cafe. So today guys, I'm gonna be taking you through the NSFAS statuses, like what does step number 1 until step number 9 mean, because we know on NSFAS we have 9 steps. So I see most of the people, they ask me this question more often, like what this step mean, what this step mean, what's this step mean. So now is the time guys where I'm gonna be taking you through all the steps. And then now I'm gonna scroll down and then start with step number 1. We'll see what it is. You see on the top is written non-crucial NSFAS application statuses outcome explained. They explain the statuses very well. So let's just go to status number 1. Understanding NSFAS application status outcome next step. So we have step number 1 guys. We have step number 1, which is application received. So if now you just apply and then it's written application received, let's hear what does it mean. When you see the application submitted status on your application, on your NSFAS application status, it means your journey to funding has begun. This status is the initial step that confirms your application has been successfully received and is active in the NSFAS system. So yeah, this one guys, it simply means that your funding chain has started, and then it confirms that you have been captured on the NSFAS system. Let's read further. Meaning of application submitted. This status confirms that NSFAS has received your application. It means that all the initial steps of filling out the application form and uploading documents has been completed correctly. Your application has been fully loaded on the NSFAS system and is now in the queue for the next stage of processing. So yeah, the application submitted. It simply means you have done everything, you have filled the form right, you have uploaded whatever was needed, so you did everything accordingly. And then what happened in this step? Let's hear what happened in this step. Step number 1, remember, we're still in step number 1. At this point, your application details are being captured in the NSFAS database. This is a crucial step as it ensures that all your submitted information is accurately recorded in the system. Although a detailed review has not yet begun, NSFAS may start initial check to ensure application compliances and basic legibility. So yeah, in this step number 1 guys, they capture everything on the NSFAS database, right? And then NSFAS can start checking, like, application compliance, like if maybe you qualify. See, next step for applicants: confirmation email, SMS. Look out for confirmation SMS or email from NSFAS. This is additional acknowledgement of your application submission. So yeah, if you are done applying guys, they must send you, like, SMS or email for confirmation. Record keeping: keep a note of your application reference. This number is crucial for any future inquiry or follow-up with NSFAS. So yeah, if you are done also applying, you're gonna receive a reference number, so you must just keep that reference number safe as is your reference number. And then every time you want to inquire with NSFAS people, you can just call out your reference number, they're gonna recognize you. And then number 3, patience. Since this is just the beginning of the process, patience is the key. Processing time can vary depend on the volume of applicant NSFAS receive. So yeah, if your application is written submitted, be patient, because this chain process it need patience, because it take time. It depends on the number of the applicant. It depends on how many people applied for NSFAS, but then this thing it take time, so patient is the key. Estimated time for this step. So now we are talking about estimated time. The duration of the application submitted stage can vary. Typically it may last a few days to couple of weeks before moving to next status. During peak application period, this time frame could be longer. So yeah, and then monitoring process. It is advisable to regularly check the NSFAS portal for any updates on your application status. Keep an eye on official NSFAS communication for any general updates or announcement regarding the application process. If status doesn't change, if your NSFAS application status remain unchanged for an as usual long period, consider contacting NSFAS for an update. Sometimes system glitch or higher volume can cause delay in the system. So yeah, if maybe you see you applied and then it's been a while now, you can contact NSFAS people and then inquire, because sometimes it can be like system glitch or system errors or delay because of the number of applicants. So let's go to status number 2. Status number 2, guys, is application processing. Application processing is the same as filtering. It's one and the same thing. You can call it application processing or filtering. So let's hear what does it talk about. The filtering outcome in your NSFAS application status is a crucial step in the processing of your application. This step involves NSFAS assessing whether you are first-time applicant or an returning, and it is significantly impacted on for how long your application is handled. So in this step, guys, NSFAS here check maybe if you are a first-time applying or returning student. Okay, let's go to another paragraph. Understanding filtering NSFAS application status. The primary goal during the filtering stage is to categorize applicants into first-time students or returning students. This classification is vital as it indicates the subsequent processing step for each application. NSFAS review is required to verify your account, academic record, and any previous interaction with the scheme. This includes checking if you have previously received NSFAS before. So yeah, in this step, guys, NSFAS is just different like first applicants and then returning applicants, so that they can see, or okay, returning, they have used it before, they still qualify and whatsoever. So that's why they're saying there's first time and there's a returning. Implication for different type of application. First time students. For first time applicants, NSFAS will conduct a fresh assessment of eligible, including financial and academic criteria. Ensure that all your submitted documents, especially those provided status as first time student, are accurate and completed. So you see, guys. And then returning student. If you're a returning student, NSFAS will review your past funding history. This includes assessing if you have met the necessary academic process requirement to continue receiving funding. It is crucial for returning students to update any changed information like academic results or financial status to ensure accurate processing. So if you're returning, NSFAS is gonna just check at your previous funding, and then check your academic record, and then if you still deserve, they're gonna continue funding you. So or if you're first time, they're gonna check the document that you submitted, and then if you qualify, they fund you. So let's go to another paragraph. Turning around time for filtering. The duration of this NSFAS application status can vary. Typically it takes a few days to a week, but can extend longer during peak period of, or if there are any complexity in an individual academic history. The stage is relatively quick compared to another stage as it involves category rather than detailed evaluation of the application. So time duration, guys, when you are on filtering stage, it can take few days, it can take a week or longer. It just depends on the peak of period. Then next steps for applicants. Stay updated regular. So now they're just telling you the next step as an applicant. Stay updated regular. Check your NSFAS application status for any change or updates post the filter stage. Be responsive if NSFAS require additional information or clarification during this stage. Respond promptly to avoid delay in your application. So if you're in this stage, guys, you must always check your status, and then if NSFAS may require any additional information or documents, you must just upload as soon as possible. Keep record handy. Have your academic record and any previous NSFAS communication accessible in case they are needed for reference clarification. So yeah, importance of filtering stage. The filtering stage sets the groundwork for how your application will be processed in the subsequent stage, ensuring the accuracy of the status. First time or returning, it crucial as it affects eligibility and the type of funding you may receive. So let's go to step number 3, stage 3. Stage 3, guys, is validation. Validation. So let's hear what validation is all about. The validation outcome in your NSFAS application status represents a critical verification process. During this stage, NSFAS collaborates with the third party entitled like South African Security Agency and the Department of Home Affairs to authenticate the information you've provided. So yeah, on this step number 3, guys, NSFAS come along with the SASSA department, Home Affairs department, and then they verify the information you've provided. For some, maybe their parents are earning and stuff, maybe they provide wrong information, but then NFAS now can find those things itself. So yeah, as here we are still in step number 3, role of NSFAS and the Department of Home Affairs. No, they're telling us of the role of SASA and then Home Affairs Department. Cross verification. SASA and the Department of Home Affairs plays a vital role in confirming your socio-economic and identity data. Okay, they confirm your socio-economic and identity data. This includes validating your identity, household income, and any social grant your family might be receiving. Okay, guys, these two departments can just show your household income, like your identity, your family grants, whatsoever, anything about you. So data consistency, the validation process ensures that the information across different government databases is consistent with what you have submitted in your NSFAS. So yeah, they are just verifying without your knowledge, by the way, we must know. So if you provide wrong things, you might be surprised you get rejected. And then implications of SASA funding. NSFAS and SASA relationship. It is important to understand the relationship between receiving SASA funding. The reverse is not true. Receiving SASA funding does not disqualify you from NSFAS funding. Financial needs assessment. NSFAS views SASA grant as part of the household financial resources. This information is used to assess the relevant of financial need for education support. Duration of the validation stage. Time frame. The validation process can take several weeks as it involves through checks and coordination between multiple government agencies. So yeah, this stage guys take time because it involves a thoroughly check and then it involves coordinating with other multiple government agencies, and waiting period. Applicants will be prepared for this stage to take longer than other due to dependent deeper of verification. So yeah, this stage takes longer than other stage. What applicant can do during this stage? Documentation accuracy. Ensure that all your submitted information aligns with the government's record. This can cause delays or issues in the validation process. Regular status check. Keep checking your NSFAS status to track the progress of your application. Be patient as the validation process is through and can take time. Prepare for possible queries. Be ready to respond to any query from NSFAS or provide additional information if there are any. Important of validation. Ensure fair distribution of funding. This stage guys is important because ensure that the funding are going to the right people. You see, ensure fair distribution of funding. The validation stage is crucial for ensuring that NSFAS funding are allocated to the most deserving students. It helps prevent fraudulent applicants and ensure equity in the distribution of finance aid. And then confirming applicant eligibility. This stage is initial in confirming that the applicant meet all the necessary criteria for funding, including financial needs. And so yeah, if you pass this stage guys, you must know that yeah, things are going well because this is a big stage. Then let's go to stage number 4, evaluation stage. So on evaluation stage, let's hear what does the evaluation stage talk about. So the evaluation stage outcome in your NSFAS application status is a crucial phase where NSFAS meticulously review and revise the supporting documents we have submitted. This stage is initial in determining eligibility for funding. Okay, purpose of the evaluation stage. Through document review. During this stage, NSFAS scrutinize each document for its authenticity, relevancy, and compliance with NSFAS requirement. Verification of information. So here guys, they are verifying on this stage, they are verifying everything, the documents, the names, whatsoever. Type of document evaluation. Personal. These are the type of document they evaluate. Personal identification document. These include the ID, birth certificate or passport, academic record, your previous academic record achievement, matriculation results and any tertiary academic records, financial document, proof of house income, such as payslip, employment letter, affidavit, unemployment, whatsoever, additional documents. So yeah, in this step guys, they check those things. Process and attention to details. Cross verification. NSFAS may cross-reference your information with other databases and agencies such as Department of Home Affairs, SARS, and Education institution. So yeah, they check everything with the departments guys. Quality check. Each document is checked for clarity, validity, and compliance. blurred or incomplete documents can lead to request for resubmission. So make sure that, guys, if they require documents, you submit clear documents. Don't submit documents that are blurred, not seen. So make sure that always your documents are seen. Duration, you can see varied time frame. The time can taken from the evaluation stage can vary significantly, typically ranging from a few weeks to a couple of months. The duration depends on the complexity of the application and the workload of NSFAS during the application period. Peak period delays during higher application period, such as just before the start of new academic year. Processing times may be longer due to the increased volume of applicant action during evaluation. So they are just telling you the action of what you can do during this stage. So monitor your, they say monitor your status, regularly check your NSFAS portal for any update or change in status. Responsive action: if NSFAS require additional documents or clarification, respond promptly and accurately. Stay informed, keep NSFAS announcement or changes in application requirement that may. So yeah, let's go to step number 5, guys. Let's go to step number 5. I hope everyone is just seeing here, because I'm just highlighting everything. I'm not even, I'm just highlighting what is written here, so that I can put a lot of people in a light, because I saw most of them, like, they get confused. But then yeah, here the meaning of each and every status on your portal. So funding eligible is step number 5. So financial eligibility is a crucial component of NSFAS application status process. It determines whether a student's financial background meets the requirements set by NSFAS for receiving funding. So funding eligibility, because here they are just verifying if the student really his background or her background, they meet the requirement for the person to receive the funding. So yeah, this is what they are checking. Let's see what they are checking. Financial threshold, income cap. For a student to qualify for NSFAS funding, the combined household income must not exceed 350,000 per year. So if your household income is 350,000, you do qualify, or if it's less than, also you qualify. But then if maybe your household income is 351 or 52,000 per year, you don't qualify. Even if it can be 352, 353, you don't qualify. It must be below 350,000 or 350,000. So special consideration: students with disability have a higher income threshold. For these students, the household income must not exceed 600 per month annual. Okay, for disability student, for them to qualify, the household income must be less than 600,000 per annum. Annum, guys, they're just referring to a year. That's what they are calling an annum. So there's a difference between disability people and then street people. Because street people, your household income must be less than 350,000, while a disability student must be 600,000 per annum. So yeah, that's the difference here, guys. So don't be surprised. Then verification process, income assessment. NSFAS conduct a true assessment of your household income, including checking the income of parents or guardians. So yeah, here they check the income of parents or guardians. Required documents: you may need to submit payslip, employment letters, other official documents that verify household income. In the case of employment parent or guardians, an affidavit stating their employment might be required. Third-party check: NSFAS may also use third-party agency to verify the income information provided. This includes cross-referencing with SARS. South African Revenue Service data is also the third part that NSFAS used to verify the household income. Other consideration: total family contribution. The assessment considering the total family income, not just the income of the primary breadwinner. This means all working members of the family contribute to the total household income calculation. So yeah, if they're talking about the household, guys, they're talking about everyone who's staying with you, like, It's not, it can even be your, but then most of the time now they're just referring to your parents, because even if you can check, they don't check your brothers, your sisters. But then yeah, normally now they're just referring to your mother, your father, maybe your guardians. But then if it's guardian, there must be papers that's okay, you are staying with this guardian. So let's see, let me not pass. So what happen if you exceed the threshold eligibility for NSFAS? If your household income is above the threshold, you will not qualify for NSFAS funding. However, there are other financial aid options available, such as bursaries, scholarship, and student loan from banks or private institutions. Appeal process: in case where there are an extenuating circumstances or significant changes in financial status, student can appeal NSFAS decision with relevant and updated documents. And then if maybe your household income was high, and then maybe in the coming years maybe drop, you can still appeal, and then you upload like relevant document for the appeal to support your appeal. So let's go to stage number 6, step number 6, which is awaiting academic result. Result is the same as admission. Awaiting academic admission, awaiting academic result. So let's hear what it is all about, guys. The waiting academic result admission stage in your NSFAS application status is pivotal phase where NSFAS await confirmation of academic performance and admission status for the education institution you apply to. This stage is crucial as it is aligns your NSFAS application with your academic journey, has an expanded understanding of what this stage entails. So yeah, in this stage, guys, in short, they're just saying in this stage the NSFAS is waiting for the school to send your academic performance, if maybe you were returning, and then or maybe it's waiting for the school to send your admission status if you are accepted, and then that's when you can take on from there. And then okay, let's see significance of awaiting academic result. NSFAS application, academic performance review. NSFAS check your academic record to ensure you meet the required performance crucially. Okay, admission confirmation. These details also indicate that NSFAS is awaiting confirmation from your chosen institution regarding your acceptance or current enrollment. This is what I was talking about, guys. And then process and implementation. Communication between NSFAS and institution. NSFAS coordinates with education institution to verify your admission. The confirmation of your enrollment is a key factor that NSFAS consider before finalizing your funding approval. So yeah, before NSFAS guys can finalize your funding, first it has to get your admission status at a certain institution where you are accepted, and then that's when it can finalize your funding approval. So without the final acceptance of where you are accepted, it can't be finalized. It can be approved, but then it can't be finalized. When they're saying finalized, they mean like okay, now they are finalizing it. They know okay, this person is gonna need how much in this institution, then they pay. Your role in communication: inform NSFAS. If you receive admission from an institution, it is important to communicate this to NSFAS. This can be done through NSFAS portal or directly in NSFAS communication. Okay, let's say, and then you see like there's a delay, you can just communicate with NSFAS people. You call them or you send an email, and then you tell them that about your admission. And then yeah, they can assist you faster. Update application details. Ensure that your NSFAS application includes the correct details of the institution and the course you have been admitted to. Okay, role. University's role. Once your university or college confirm your admission status to NSFAS, it acts as a green light for NSFAS to process with the final steps of your application. So yeah, sometimes guys the delay is from the institution, because if the institution is taking long time to forward your acceptance or your confirmation letters to NSFAS department, that's when you can see that there's a delay in the funding and stuff. So let's see the time frame. Department of Extended Factor. The duration of this stage largely depends on the response time of education institution. You can see guys, the time frame of this stage, it depends on the response time of the educational institution. So if your school take time to respond, the funding will take time. And then if your school respond sooner, then that's when everything will happen sooner. Proactive follow-up. If there's significant delays, it is advisable to follow up with both the institution and NSFAS to ensure there are no misconduct or overlooked details. And then if maybe you feel like, okay, it's been a while now, it seems like there's no move in your applications, you can just follow up with the institution or follow up with the NSFAS or follow up with both of them to see that maybe they didn't forget you, or maybe they didn't, like, use wrong details instead of yours. Maybe they used someone details and then maybe they lost communication with you. And then final steps post confirmation. Funding approval. Upon receiving confirmation from the institution, NSFAS will move towards finalizing your funding decision. Notification of outcome. You will be notified of the final decision regarding your NSFAS funding through the portal, email, or SMS. Remember guys, the outcomes normally it comes on the portal or via email or via SMS. They don't call. I don't believe when they were calling about the outcome. No. Important of this stage, determine funding outcome. This stage is crucial as it correlates your academic and financial aids aspect. Ensure that NSFAS funding is aligned with your academic process and enrollment status. So yeah, that stage guys, stage number 6 is very much important because it's the one that is gonna connect your school with NSFAS. Then that's when the NSFAS can know which school is gonna be paying for you. So let's go to stage number 7, which is waiting registration. This is stage number 7 guys. Most of you maybe you might be in this stage. Let's see what this stage is all about. The waiting registration stage in your NSFAS application status is an initial phase where NSFAS is waiting to receive your registration details from the education institution you have been accepted into. This stage is vital for the final approval and release of your funding. Here's a more detailed explanation of what this stage entails and implies. Understanding the awaiting registration NSFAS application status, meaning this status appears when NSFAS has proceeded your application and you are provisionally provided for funding, but the scheme is not yet to receive confirmation of your registration at the education institution. Okay, in this stage guys, now NSFAS has proceeded your application and then you have been approved for funding, but then yet the scheme but then yet the NSFAS didn't receive the confirmation of your registration, but then the funding have been approved. Now they're just waiting for the confirmation of your registration. Remember, on step number 6, they wanted your admission, like where you are accepted and stuff, and then on step number 6, now they want confirmation of where you are registered, you see. And then the funding are there and then are approved. Dependency of on institution. NSFAS relies on your institution to submit your registration details. Without this information, NSFAS cannot finalize your bursary enrichment. You see guys. So this is number 7. NSFAS here it is waiting for your institution to submit your registration details. So that's why, like you see it guys, sometimes it takes time for students to get their allowances, to get their book allowance and whatsoever. It's because the institutions, they don't send details of the student earlier. They send the details at their own times, and then after, everything is a process. If they send you the registration data after, like, a long time, obviously NSFAS is gonna take time also to proceed everything. But then if everything was done, like, in a timely manner, I believe like there was not gonna be like delays in college or universities where people have to wait for AMA funding, AMA allowances and stuff. But then yeah, Askola namhlanje, guys. Let's just move on. Role of educational institution: submitting of registration details. Institutions are responsible for sending the registration data of all NSFAS funded students to the scheme. These include information about the course you are registered for and registration fee. Institution deadline: each institution has its own timeline for submitting these details to NSFAS. Understanding these timelines can help you quote how long the awaiting registration status must last. Implication for funding. Funding activation. The submission of registration data is a crucial step for activation of your NSFAS funding. Without this, NSFAS cannot distribute the funding meant for your tuition and release expenses. Impact on financial aids. Delays in submitting registration details by the institution can lead to delay in releasing your funding. You see, guys, what I was talking about. The delay in institution to send your registration cause a delay in releasing your funding. You see, that's why you see people are striking and stuff, because the school sometimes is the one that is in the wrong. They don't send the list sooner. They take their own time. Then obviously if people they don't strike, that's when they end up waiting like for the whole 3 months, 4 months waiting for the allowances. So action you can take: follow up with institution. If the awaiting registration status persists, it is advisable to check the institution financial aid office to ensure that your registration detail has been sent to NSFAS. So if you see like this status, guys, of awaiting registration is there on your portal for too long, you can go to the institution that you registered, you go to financial aid office, and then you go there, you check if your registration data is being sent. Then number 2, keep your NSFAS informed. If there are any issues or delay at the institution, and communicate this to NSFAS through their communication service channel. And then if we at school they tell you, okay, there's a delay sending the list and whatsoever, then you can just take your mobile phone and then contact with the NSFAS through their contact service channel, so that they can be updated. Then everything on your application can be updated. Time frame for evaluating registration varies by the institution. The time taken to clear these data can vary based on how promptly your institution submit the required information. Generally, it can take a few days to a couple of weeks after the registration process at the institution is complete. So yeah, you see here, guys, time duration they are saying it depends on your institution, whether they send the registration data earlier or they send it late. If they send it earlier, everything is gonna be done early. If they send it late, it means everything will be done late. Importance of the awaiting registration stage. Final gateway to funding. This stage is the final step before your NSFAS funding is officially sanctioned and distributed, ensuring a smooth transaction, timely registration, and promote communication of registration details by the institution. Ensure a smooth transaction into your academic year without funding hiccups. So yeah, after step number 3, guys, you know that now you are stress free from the money and stuff, because you know that your funding will be paid, you'll receive the allowance, your tuition fee will be paid and whatsoever. So let's go to step number 8, guys. Step number 8: signing agreement. Signing agreement. Let's hear what signing agreement is all about. When your NSFAS application status signing agreement, it indicates a crucial stage where your acceptance to the NSFAS bursary is formalized through a contract. This stage is the final confirmation of your funding and involves legal acknowledgement of terms of. Okay. Understanding signing agreement status, bursary contract. At this point, NSFAS has approved your application for funding, and the next step is for you to officially accept the bursary by signing a contract. Legal formality. This contract is legally binding document that outlines the terms, conditions, and obligations associated with the NSFAS funding. Process of signing the agreement. Receiving the contract, NSFAS will provide you with a bursary agreement form, usually through their online portal or via email. Carefully review all the terms and conditions in the agreement before signing. Understanding the terms, the agreement will detail your application as the bursary recipient, including academic performance requirements and other conditions sent by NSFAS. It is essential to understand these terms as they will affect your eligibility to continue receiving your funding through your studies. Digital signature. Most often, the signing process is done electronically through the NSFAS portal. Ensure your contract details are updated in the NSFAS system, as this can affect the delivery and confirmation of your signing agreement. Importance of timely signing. Release of funds. Your NSFAS allowance such as tuition fee, accommodation, learning material allowance will only be disputed after the agreement is signed. Delays in signing. Delay in signing the agreement can result in delay in receiving your funding, which can impact your ability to pay for tuition and other education expense. So yeah, this thing guys of signing agreement, this one you gonna do it at school, guys. Normally we do it at school where you are accepted, where you are registered. There's gonna be a time where they tell every first years to come and then sign a form. But then if you are a returning student, there's no longer needed for you to sign this thing, because automatically they're gonna just check your previous academic record, and then if you deserve the funding, they give you the funding. If you don't deserve the funding, they don't give you the funding. But then if you are a first year, that's when you're gonna be required. There's gonna be a certain time at the school. They are saying, okay, first years they must come to FAO, Financial Aid Office, to sign an agreement for form. So yeah, this is step 8, guys. Normally, yeah, step 8 you can see, then step 9. So step 8 and step 9, normally we don't see them on the NSFAS portal. But then yeah, back then maybe they was there, but then nowadays we don't see them. Those are done like on the school where you are accepted. That's where they are done. Because even the payment, let's see about the payment, which is the last step. When your NSFAS application status update to payment, it's definitely provide moment in your NSFAS application status change. This status indicate that the funding allocated to you has been distributed and are now available for use. Here's an expanded view of what the payment status entitled and its implications for your academic and financial plan. Let's see further. Meaning of payment NSFAS application status. Funding distribution. This status confirms that NSFAS has proceeded and released your funding. The funding are typically allocated for tuition, accommodation, learning material, and living allowance, depending on your significant bursary agreement. Accessibility of funding. The funding are usually made available either directly to your institution to cover tuition fees, or are deposited into your NSFAS wallet or bank account for personal education expenses. Okay, let's go further before I talk. Let's just go through everything, guys. How to access and use your funding. NSFAS wallet. For personal allowance, NSFAS must use a system called the NSFAS wallet. You can withdraw cash or transact using this wallet. And okay, this is NSFAS wallet, guys. Familiarize yourself with, but in this one, the first method nowadays is not used. So you see the system like online, they want rapid, but then yeah, now I'm just telling you about what is happening now, guys, at the moment where we are in this 2025. So direct payment to institution, yeah, this one they are doing it. Tuition, accommodation fee are often to pay it directly. Yeah, this one they pay them directly. Okay, usage guidelines. Use the funding as intended for both including fee. Okay, monitoring your funding. Regular check, keep track of your funds. Okay. Okay, guys. I believe we are done with the stage, because whatever that now is here is other things. Whatever that is here now is other things, guys. Yeah, it's other thing. Let's just see this one for the last time, and then I think we'll be done for today. Here, let's say resubmitting or appeal. Resubmission for incomplete application. Once you have all necessary documents, resubmit your application remotely. Appeal process for rejection. If your application is rejected, you believe it was error or due to circumstances that have since changed, file an appeal. Include and supporting documents that justify your case. Okay. Prepare the required documents. If your application is incomplete, identity and compliance, all missing documents as indicated by NSFAS application status. Ensure that all information is accurate and up to date. Errors in personal details, financial information can lead to application rejection. Okay. So yeah, I believe guys I've taken you through every step that I should have taken you through, and then the other ones guys, they are not even here. Let's see, addressing incomplete or rejected NSFAS status. Understanding the status is incomplete application. If your status may come back saying incomplete application, erroring this status generally means that some crucial part of your application is missing or not properly submitted. Common reasons include missing documents, incomplete forms, or unclear or inaccurate information. Then rejected application. A rejection implies that your application does not meet one or more of NSFAS eligibility criteria. Reasons for rejection can range from suppressive the financial eligibility threshold to insufficient academic performance. Okay, I see this one. So yeah, this was what I wanted to show you for today, guys. I believe we're gonna leave it here because I don't wanna go to other things which are not necessary for today. So yeah, and then these are just additional tips. Stay informed, deadline, inquiries. So yeah, these are just additional tips. So I hope you guys find this video useful. You like, comment, and then where you don't understand, feel free guys to drop a comment. And then if maybe there's something I must fix or something I must highlight you guys on, feel free to drop a comment also, because you know guys what they say, together we can do it, but alone is a long road. So yeah, together is a short road, alone is a long road. So yeah, I hope you guys watch this video wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe. IT Cyber Cafe.